So today is a good day for two reasons. Number one, it's my birthday today.
Ah, yes, happy birthday, Mr. How-To Guy.
Thank you, thank you. Number two, the DJI Osmo Pocket 2. Not called the Osmo Pocket anymore, but I need to get into it, okay? And I bought this for myself, for my birthday.
Oh, that's very sad.
No thanks to you, DJI. Hope you enjoy spending my money. Hope you choke on my money, DJI. Anyway, so this is the new Osmo Pocket 2, and as you can see, it's a lot bigger. What do I actually think about this thing? Is it worth upgrading? I think it's good. I'm not just saying that, I do think it's good. I do think it's worth the money. If you combine everything that you get in the Creator Combo Kit, link available in the description, it is worth the money. We're going to do 17 features today that this thing has, and we're going to do lots of little field tests, and this is just a preliminary set of tests, but you know, I did my best to make a good video. So let's get started right now. Now, number one on the list, it is still pocket sized. I mean, I've got the Doodle Handle on the back there and it still fits in the little case. The cool thing is you've got your little wide angle adapter inside this little case, as well as a little screw on for this little tripod thing that folds out. There we go, you can see the little tripod there. And I mean, it's still pretty pocket sized. If I show you now, and there you have it, you just slot it in your pocket and there you go. Is that an Osmo Pocket in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? So the little Osmo Pocket also has Active Track 3.0. It's the same active track as the DJI Mavic 2 Pro, I guess, but that camera is a little bit better, a lot better. Anyway, this is a 1.7-inch sensor, which is an improvement. It's 3 steps higher than the old one. So let's do a little quick test of the active track.
Another feature of this camera is you can actually charge it via USB-C via any power bank, which is really useful because my battery had run out at this time of the day.
And let's try a little basic track with Active Track 3.0. I don't think it's going to be as good as the drone, but let's just see. So DJI, if there's ever been a test for your stupid cameras, it's this pillar. You never were able to do it before. If I emerge on the other side of that pillar and you didn't track me, we're going to have a problem because there's enough contrast there. Okay, so moving left. Oh, it worked. Wow, DJI, will it work again? Ah, well done, DJI. You learnt a few things since you were... Well, and now just stop tracking.
I was also able to track this man, which gave quite a nice effect. And then I saw a boat across the river and I zoomed in and was still able to track it. It seemed to do really well until it came out of the frame.
Yes, at that stage the How-To Guy decided that the best place to test the Pocket 2 would be at the beach. Plus he likes going to the beach.
Now in fairness, there's almost no camera setup in the world at this price point that you can actually do this with. Get a wireless microphone, get tracking. The tracking isn't always that good, but I challenge you to find one system you can do this with that isn't the Osmo Pocket 2. Don't say the Osmo Pocket 1. You smart ass. The wide angle lens, which I already mentioned, and it's got a little magnet, and all you need to do is slot it on there with the fat side on the outside, and it actually increases your field of view quite substantially. Watch this test. Wide angle lens on and off. So you can see that tree over there, okay? Look at the tree. On. There's a lot more of that tree in the background, and you can also see this sign over here, which is called Lover's Walk. It's kind of ironic, me and the Osmo Pocket taking a stroll along Lover's Walk. This is our 2-year anniversary, technically. So this is the wide angle off at the moment, and you're not going to see much difference, but maybe you can look at these two poles. So you can definitely see more poles in the background, that's for sure. And you shouldn't see any loss of quality. There shouldn't be any vignetting around the edges. Zero loss of quality apparently, but I haven't looked at this footage, so hopefully it works. Is the footage still good? Now let's imagine for a second you're filming something in the city, or you're walking around and you actually want to turn around the speaker. You still want to see the screen, but you want to turn the sound to the other side, which is a little microphone there. You can switch it to front and back, so you could easily just hit the little trigger 3 times and it switches your gimbal around, same as the Osmo Pocket 1. If there was like a waterfall you wanted to capture, or something in front of you that you wanted to get the sound of, it should actually capture. So let's test that out. So technically you should be able to hear my voice now with no external microphone, and you should hear this banging. How is the sound? This is not a very scientific test. By the way, the camera you're looking in now is a Sony a6400 with a Cygnus 16mm f1.4, and I've set it to f10. If I stop this down to f1.4, we're letting in the maximum amount of light, and you'll see the background becomes blurry and I become really weird looking. But anyway, that is called a blurry background, right? It's aperture. Sigma 16mm, really professional setup, and the Osmo Pocket with a little baby 1/1.7, which isn't such a baby sensor. But how is it doing? It's kind of dark outside. I know it doesn't appear dark, but it's getting dark. The sun is gone. It's behind some clouds over there, and it's like 6 o'clock at the moment. So this is Osmo Pocket at 6 o'clock, and this is Sony with a crazy big lens.
So just so you know, this is the Sigma lens, which is really good in low light, and the Pocket 2 did pretty well in comparison.
One cool feature about this camera is it's got this little digital zoom icon. So on the left hand side of your app, you'll see there's a 1.0 times. You can just push that up and you can zoom in up to 2 times in 4K. So that's pretty cool. And the nice thing is you can actually reposition your joystick and do whatever you need to do to reframe your shot up. There's a little bit of a lag, but if you tap on the screen again, you can refocus that center point, and that's pretty useful. You've basically got a slightly better zoom lens now on this thing. So one issue I do see with this Doodle Handle is it's like a nail breaker. You can't get the damn thing off. I'm not sure what to do about it, but I've broken like 7 nails trying to get the thing off my camera. The little built-in speaker on the Doodle Handle is worth the price alone, because you can actually monitor your audio after you've recorded something, meaning that if you go home, you're not going to have screwed up audio, and that saves you so many times. There's a lot of you out there know you've screwed up your audio a couple times with the old Osmo Pocket. So the cool thing about the joystick is this little mode button on the right hand side. If you just double click it, it changes the mode. So you can go from using your joystick as a pan and a tilt, and you can also go zoom in if you double click that again. So now I'm in the zoom feature, which technically means I can do a very slow dolly zoom. We could get creative with that shot. Now you've got like a 29mm lens, why not? If you're vain, you can use that. There we go, we zoomed out again on the wide angle lens. DJI really have thought of everything on this thing.
You can also get really cinematic shots with the speed adjustments on the joystick. So the Osmo Pocket as a filmmaking tool is really good, but what really pushes it to the next level, and I really like this, is the Doodle Handle. Now, this thing's got a few different features, and it pretty much is a Doodle Handle. If I only could pay my taxes, it would be the perfect little device ever. So it plugs onto the bottom of your Osmo Pocket just like that, and getting it off, as I said in the previous thing, has become a little bit easier. I did complain that it was breaking my nails, and it's still kind of tight, but now it seems to come off easier. So one of the cool features about this is it's got a built-in speaker so you can monitor your audio. It's got a 3.5mm audio jack. I'm not sure if that works with an external microphone. Allegedly it does. Haven't tested that. It's got a little USB-C data port, which means you can charge this thing and get your files off. So technically you don't even have to remove this thing. And lastly, the Doodle Handle also connects via Wi-Fi to the next cool feature, and that is the external microphone, which works over Wi-Fi and has a little pair button. It's really small. If you compare this to the RODE Wireless GO, it's probably 70% of the size of the RODE Wireless GO. A built-in microphone there at the top so you can see there. And one of the cool things is you can plug in a lav mic, which makes your life a lot easier because the lav mic has a little wind muff. So this lav mic is the RODE Lavalier GO system, and I highly recommend it. It seems to work pretty well with this. Is the sound as good as the RODE Wireless GO? I don't think so. We'll do some comparisons with that, but it's pretty cool. It's got a little clip, and it never failed once when I used this thing, so that's what's important, not failing.
I should probably mention that this entire video has been filmed using the external microphone adapter. The tracking should be better. I mean, you're not going to be able to do fast moving stuff, but that feature alone is worth the upgrade, because the old Osmo Pocket, technically you couldn't do that without hacking the whole thing. You could do it on the Fimi Palm, but let's just guide the stupid cameraman up again, and that's pretty useful. You can tap on your face and you can carry on recording. If you really wanted to and you thought, oh, I'm too far away from the camera, you can get slightly better into the field of view, and then you can say something important to YouTube, like, hey YouTube, subscribe to my channel because I'm a hobo and I need subscribers. I mean, the form factor and the design of this entire device is really long and thin, and I'm not going to say it's too easy. That's what she said. Anyway, so this camera does provide some benefits over the old one in that it's really compact and you can easily slot it into this little case. I really like this little case. You can see I've got my little, let's hope it's still there, Well, that's annoying. I appear to have lost the wide angle lens already on day one. So scratch that point. Don't put your wide angle lens in the case. I just lost mine and that is unfortunate. It's not in my pockets. It's probably worth $50, that thing. So I'll be having a GoFundMe page now to try and sponsor the how-to guy for a new wide angle lens. Never mind, I actually found the wide angle lens. It was attached to this little metal clip on my keys. So it fell out of that little holder. So be wary of that. Do not attach this little thing to the holder. I think it'll fall out. So you don't want to lose it. It's like $50. I would have lost this thing. It would have sucked. I would have to order another one. It'll take like 10-12 days to get there. Anyway.
Timelapse and Hyperlapse are similar to the old Osmo Pocket, and they do give you a few extra functions and settings that you can use.
Because the Osmo Pocket has 4 microphones now, apparently it records the sound under the nearest microphone. So depending where you're pointing the gimbal head, it'll record sound in that direction. Pretty cool stuff in this little camera. Let's do a test using the stereo against the old mono, single channel of the Osmo Pocket against dual. Stereo just basically means 2, so you're going to get 2 channels recorded at the same time. Let's hear the difference compared to this RODE Wireless GO, which should be a little bit more deeper. So this is the sound coming from the old Osmo Pocket. I'm trying not to cover any of the microphones. Hopefully it sounds okay. And this is the sound coming from the new Osmo Pocket. If I speak on this side, does it make any difference to the stereo quality at the different microphone levels? And if I speak on this side on the old Osmo Pocket, does it make any difference? So this is stereo sound, and this is back to the Sony sound on the Sony a6400 with the RODE Wireless GO. This is the stereo sound on the Osmo Pocket 2, and this is the old hobo sound on the Osmo Pocket 1. Which one sounds best?
Remember, you can shoot 4K with this little camera. The only issue is the 1080p slow motion is not that good, and 8 times or 4 times doesn't really look that great, but you can still use it for YouTube. I mean, it still does a pretty good job for a quick point and shoot. It's probably best to use 4K 60 frames per second as in this shot and slow it down. Now, you'll see in a previous video I did complain about the old Osmo Pocket being a little bit too light and sometimes worrying that the thing was going to fall off or fall down. Well, now it's even bigger, so thank God at the bottom they have put a little tripod mount, and if you just push it kind of hard on the base, it actually just folds up, and it's got like a little 3-way thing. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but it does work, and that's what's important. It's functional. So now you know when you put it down, it's just going to be a little bit more sturdy and hopefully won't fall over with the wind. I still have been a little careful with the thing because it's brand new, and I mean, I don't want to lose this thing on day 1 or 2. That would really be, that would be tragic.
So one thing I'm going to list as a feature on this camera is it is probably the perfect vlogging camera because it's 20mm out of the box. That's without even including the wide angle lens. Old Osmo Pocket was a 26mm equivalent. This is a 20mm, and I believe it goes down to 15mm when you use the wide angle lens, which takes you from 93 degrees to 110 degree field of view. Now the Fimi Palm was 128 degree field of view, but that was pretty wide, and I think 110 is going to be enough on this camera. Even 93, it's an improvement.
So should you buy the DJI Pocket 2? I'm going to go out there and say yes. I'd probably buy it again if I dropped it in the toilet or something. But thank you for watching this video. If you got this far, pat yourselves on the back because this has been a long video. Please leave a like if you don't mind, and maybe leave a comment. What do you think about the new Osmo Pocket 2? Will you be buying one? We're going to be doing a lot of videos on this camera, so hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it, and see you again next time.